Guys, are finance YouTubers and gold and silver YouTubers actually trying to help you, or are they just trying to get as much money as they can from you? Now, I don't think most hate you, but I think they like money a lot more than they care about your financial wealth. How do I know this? Easy. By the sponsorships that they promote that they know are financially damaging. Now, I'm not talking about the Google ads that plays on YouTube videos because content creators have no control over that. I'm talking about the paid sponsorships. So let's look at some of the most damaging ones and let me know if the YouTubers you watch push some of this stuff. So the first one is these gold and silver channels that are pushing these rip-off mining penny stocks. Seeing this really makes me disappointed in the channels that pretend to be coin collectors or stackers, offering you stacking advice like, what is the lowest premium silver rounds right now to save you 50 cents on a coin? While at the same time in their video, they are pushing these scam gold or silver mining stocks that people lose thousands of dollars on. These are all pump and dump schemes. And if you read the link that they are required to put in their description describing the compensation, you will see buried all the way at the bottom, hoping that most people don't read it, that they get paid tens of thousands of dollars from promoters who spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to advertise on these channels to pump up these stocks all at the same time. Now, why would a company pay money to advertise to people to buy their stock? I never saw a Coca-Cola ad trying to get people to buy their stock. The only reason to do this is the company or big investors that bought a private placement for pennies is trying to pump this stock in a coordinated effort to get the price up so they could dump it on the viewers of these channels. The channel creators know this, and that is why they don't take their compensation in stock in these companies. They just take the cash. So if you see a channel promoting this, just assume everything they tell you is for their benefit, not yours. It's kind of like if you listen to a trusted nutritionist channel about eating healthy, and they said things that seem reasonable, like eat oatmeal instead of sausage for breakfast, cut back on sweets, reduce processed foods, and eat more vegetables and less pasta. And you think, yeah, they know what they're talking about and they're trying to help me out. And then at the end of the video, they say, oh, also, you should drink a gallon of our sponsor's vodka brand every morning to keep you strong and healthy. That one thing that they're pushing that you know is detrimental to you now negates everything else that they have told you or will tell you. You can now comfortably say, this person does not care about my health at all. The same goes for anyone pushing something that is so obviously harmful to you. This also goes for those gold IRA dealers that you see on news programs, but also on YouTube channels. And I don't mean the ones that post their prices like APMEX, SD Bullion, Kitco, and things like that. I'm talking about the ones that you have to call to find out their prices so they can get a high pressure salesperson to talk you into sending them money even before they tell you what to buy. They mark up their own unique made coins so you can't compare them to other coins like gold eagles. It's a little like how the mattress manufacturers make different models and brands for the same exact mattress for different retailers, so you can't compare the prices easily. The most easy way to know if the gold dealer is a ripoff is if they offer you $2,000, $5,000, or even $15,000 in free silver in their ad. Gold and silver is a low margin business. How do you think they will pay for these TV ads on primetime TV or big YouTube channels and pay celebrities, influencers, politicians, and pay their sales force big commissions and still give you $10,000 in free silver? Where is all the money coming from to pay for all of these things and still have them make a profit? It's coming from you in the form of huge markups like 35, 50, or 100% on these coins that they get you to dump your whole IRA into. These scams literally ruin people's lives and retirements. So anyone pitching this to you knows this and does it anyway because the money is more important to them. So those are the two biggest ones, but there are others that I have seen that finance YouTubers push. Another one is the ad to consolidate your credit card debt into one lower interest loan by taking a second mortgage on your house. This is financial idiocy. Credit card debt is unsecured debt, meaning if you can't pay it, they cannot take your house to pay that debt. But if you now have this company pay off your credit card debt for a new loan secured by your house, they can now take your house if you can't pay that debt. So why would anybody do that? Well, they wouldn't unless they got bombarded by a lot of ads by finance experts getting paid a lot of money to push this. And this is a real weird one. I have seen a really big real estate YouTuber, and I mean big literally, if you know who I'm talking about. I really love his videos, but it's mostly entertainment, probably 90% entertainment, 10% real estate investing. But I've seen videos of his pushing a gambling website, which also makes me think a lot less of him for that. So I still like watching his videos, but it's more like entertainment, and don't take anything seriously on his channel. Other scammy stuff obviously includes pushing NFTs and all kinds of crypto schemes and fractional art and stuff like that. Now, the big thing a few years ago was the Sam Bankman-Fried FTX fraud. Now, I actually don't put a lot of blame on YouTubers because they didn't really know it was a scam. But they definitely did not dig into it much. But then again, neither did the big sophisticated hedge funds that were giving them $100 million or whatever. So I will give them a pass on that. But they did take huge amounts of money and pushed it on their channels, which gave it a lot more credibility. And then they can all claim, well, I did it because I saw this bigger YouTuber doing it, or I saw Tom Brady doing it, or whatever. So it must be legit, right? That's kind of like investing by committee, where no one is responsible for the results because no one person made the final decision. They all pawn it off on, hey, it was a group decision, you know? And because everybody has a short memory, the YouTubers just stop talking about it and go back to business as usual. Mr. Wonderful. The reality is that anything that a company is willing to pay a YouTuber for a sponsorship is usually a high margin product. Now, if it makes sense for you and you want to try that VPN or brokerage or credit card offer or finance software subscription or something like that, that's fine. But when I see people pushing stuff knowingly, ripping people off, you really show what you think of your audience. It seems like I'm the only one who sees this because I almost never see people calling them out in the comments for some of these things that they push. It's crazy. It seems like it's getting to the point where you got to ask yourself, is it actually better for your financial health to not watch any finance YouTube videos, including mine? What a world we live in, where you might make a better return by keeping your money in an S&P 500 index fund or ETF and just watch cat videos all day on YouTube. Ooh, that's an angry cat. Thanks for watching, guys.